So, you guys have been learning about informational books recently, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me some things about them? I know you did last week, but I like to hear what you've learned since I've been gone. Devin?
They teach you something.
They do teach you something. Abby?
They have index and glossaries.
They do the index and glossary. Talia?
At the end, it tells you the index, what page it is.
That's a very nice one. Sophia?
That they have real pictures.
They do have real pictures. Alec? Elena? Noor?
At the end of some books, there's some labels.
Awesome. Olivia, last one.
There's headers.
Great. Well, today, you guys are going to learn how to take two different books. They're going to be nonfiction informational books. They're going to have the same topic, and you're going to point out some things that are similar about the two books, and you're going to point out some things that are different about the books. And why we do this is because if you guys ever have to do a research, you want to have as many resources, and a book is a type of resource. You want to find as many resources about your topic as you can. So, and then you get all that information from them, and with that information you can pick and choose what's important, because if something is repeated throughout a bunch of books, do you think that's important, that's a real fact? Yeah, but if it's only listed in one book and it says something different in the other book, do you think maybe, I don't know if that would be true, because I'd have to look at more books to find out if it was true. Can you tell me anything you know about gorillas already? Lucas?
They're black and they're big.
Awesome. Did you guys use the pictures to look at or to find some of that information?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put your hands down. So we look at the pictures and we read the books, and that's how we find our information, right? Through the illustrations and through the text. Well, today I'm going to be switching off books, and I'll be reading little parts of each book, and then I'm gonna think about what's important about that, or what did they repeat in both the books? Because if they repeated it, then that's probably something really important, and I should put it down. And that's a similarity that they have, because they both have it together. So now that we've set up our way to organize our thoughts and our information that we get from the books, which you guys are going to be doing later, we can start reading about them. All right. So the first thing that I found when I was reading it, I have to get to the part that's about gorillas, because not the whole book is about gorillas. And I was reading in here, that's a gorilla. I was reading here, it's called Big Daddy. It says, the largest primate on Earth is the mighty silverback. Adult male gorillas are called silverbacks because the saddle-shaped area of silvery gray fur that appears when they are about 11 or 12 years old, the age when male gorillas develop markings of adulthood, as well as a silver back. Signs of maturity include muscular, hairless chest, a crest of bone on their skull, a long shaggy hair that's on their arms, designed to make the male look big. And this 19-year-old is a western lowland gorilla. That's the kind of gorilla it is. And it weighs more than 400 pounds. That's a lot. All right, so you see the gorilla in here, but we can't make any observations yet. We can't write anything else down because we haven't looked at the other book to compare it, right? So should we look at the other book and see if they have information?
Yeah.
All right. So this one tells me that there's 3 different types of gorillas. We have the western lowland gorilla. Was that the one that we just read about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then there's the eastern lowland gorilla, and then there's a mountain gorilla. He looks pretty fierce. Okay, so I'm going to read about this one. Most gorillas in zoos are western lowland gorillas. So when you go to a zoo, it's probably a western lowland gorilla. Which come from tropical forests of West Africa. Although these are the smallest of the gorilla species, a fully grown male may weigh more than 400 pounds. This subspecies has shorter hair than other gorillas. The hair color may vary from black to grayish brown. The western lowland gorilla has the largest range in population. Well, now that I'm looking at these, let's see what I can find similar. Well, in the picture, they both look kind of black and silver. And I remember reading that it said that they're both more than 400 pounds. Do you guys remember that? You read it? Yeah. And then on this first book, it said that this one had long, shaggy hair on his arms. But this one said it has the shortest hair of all the gorilla species. So it's a little different. But well, should we write down what we learned so far? Yeah, we'll write down. So in the first book and the second book, we found what was similar. What did I say? Amy?
That one has more hair on its arms.
Yeah.
And in the other book, it had the shortest hair.
This one, it said longer hair. And in the second book, it said, what did it say?
Shorter hair.
Hair. Sorry. The second one, it said shorter hair. Okay, what was that one? There was one thing that I said that was similar between them. Was it how much they weigh? Does anyone remember the number? Erlene?
More than 400.
More than 400 pounds. So that, they both say that they weigh more than 400 pounds. All right. And from the illustrations and pictures, I'd say that they both look like they're silver and black, right? Yeah? Silver and black. I like how you are all paying attention. You guys are all thinking about different things in here. We're going to read on, but you want to put your hands down? Okay. Let's read on. Okay, so in this one, okay, so we look at the pictures, see a bunch of gorillas in here. Thank you. All right, let's look. All right, we're looking around. Should we start reading? Yeah, I think we should read. Western lowland gorillas have to work harder for their food than their mountain cousins. They live in tropical rainforests, where there are fewer nutritious plants at the ground level. This means that lowland gorillas may have to travel long distances in order to find their food. The gorillas eat as they walk along, but if they find a ripe fruit tree, then they stop and they eat it. So, once they are full, the gorillas build day nests on the ground, in which they sleep. After 2 or 3 hours, the troop, I wonder what a troop is. Could that be a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, after 2 or 3 hours, the troop moves off again into the forest and travels until dusk, snacking on plants on their way. Well, let's read the other one. Maybe we might find out some more information. Right. See more monkeys, more gorillas. Well, let's read right here. The family is the main social unit of the gorillas. And all gorillas live in family groups called troops. So now we know what a troop is. It's a group of gorillas, right? Yeah. Life in a gorilla family is usually pretty peaceful. Every gorilla seems to know its place in order of things, and very little fighting takes place. At the end of every day, gorillas build nests for sleeping. They may build them on the ground or up in the trees. I think I found some similarities between those two. Did you guys hear any? I think they were saying they both talk about troops, right?
Yeah.
They talk about troops. Yeah, I heard that in there. And then they said that as they walk along, they eat their food. And it said that in this one too, that they build nests. So when they're gonna go sleeping, they build nests. And it also says every day gorillas build nests for sleeping. So should we write down some of these things that we? All right. All right, so let's talk about the parents and the babies of gorillas. Primates, which is what gorillas are, they are excellent parents. Most have only one baby at a time. And one or both parents will take great care of it until it is old enough to look after itself. Like all newborn primates, a baby gorilla is tiny and helpless. It is totally dependent on its mother for warmth, food, and protection. The young gorilla feeds its mother's milk until it is fully weaned at about 2 years of age. Although it begins to eat solid food about 6 months, a gorilla has a long childhood because it must learn how to survive with its mother. It stays very close to its mother and sleeping in her nest until it's 3 or 4 when it becomes independent. You see the pictures? I know it's hard to see, but I see a gorilla and there's a little baby on the back. It says, a loving gorilla mother often cradles her baby in her arms, even though a newborn infant can cling. You guys know what cling is? It just holds really tight. So it holds really tight onto the back of the mom. It holds onto the fur without help. The mom doesn't have to hold it, it can just hold on. Let's stop. Any next question? Okay, let's read the second book then. Maybe there's some interesting facts that say. All right, ooh, we see more babies in here. Baby gorillas are tiny when they're born. On average, they weigh only 4.5 pounds. If you consider, they may grow up to be 400-pound adults, like we heard earlier, right? Like almost all baby animals, newborn gorillas are very easy to love. They have big, dark eyes and sweet expressions that make them impossible to resist. That one doesn't look scary. He looks pretty cute, right? Yeah. They grow very fast. Before long, babies become active. Adult gorillas tend to be slow-moving, but not babies. They're the opposite. They scamper around, and the adults are watching. So they're running around all around the adults. And the young gorilla life is a very happy one, and it's fulfilled with all types of discoveries. All right. Because gorilla family is always on the move, baby gorillas must be able to move with their mothers almost as soon as they are born. When they are very young, they cling tightly to the hair on her stomach, or they ride on her back. I think I heard a similarity, but you guys are going to turn and talk to your friend, but not yet. And what were some things that we talked about between the babies and the mom? Turn around. All right, everyone on their bottoms, please. What can you tell me about finding similarities and differences? Is it important to find the different information? Aiden?
Yes.
It is important. Why is it important?
So you know what the book is about?
Yeah, you know what the book is about. And you, Erlene?
And it gives you like animal information.
It does give you information. It gives you information. Hold on one sec, Talia. It gives you information about both of the books. And then you compare the information to see what the really important information is. Because if they're similar, that's going to be really important information, right? And when you're doing this research, you want to find a bunch of books that have information. You want to compare it to make sure you find the most important information. Because that's the information you want to use, right? For this picture, just like we did on the board, you guys, on the very, very left-hand side, you're going to have, excuse me, hold on. You're going to have the first picture. So this is the first picture, and right here. This is the first picture you're going to be looking at, and this is the second picture. And what you're going to be doing, on the left side, you're going to be saying things that only this picture has. And on the very, very right side, you're going to be saying things that only this picture has. And in the center column, just like we did on the board, what is in common with these pictures? What do they both have? So, you guys are going to be writing it down. You can go ahead whenever you find some thoughts.